It's been a few weeks since we arrived in El Salvador, and so far we've really only explored the capital city. We've learned a lot about the country's transformation from one of the most dangerous places in the world to one of the safest, and we've eaten a ton of delicious Salvadoran food, but we haven't explored the country's natural landscapes yet. So today, we are climbing Santa Ana Volcano, El Salvador's tallest volcano, which has a steaming sulfur lake in its crater because this volcano is active.
Whoa! Wow! Oh my gosh, that looks ominous and scary.
It is so green. After climbing to the tippy top, we're gonna visit another one of El Salvador's top tourist destinations, Lake Coatapeque, to get a really good idea of the kinds of natural beauty that can be found in Central America's smallest country.
Good morning, everyone. Today is finally the day. Oh, let me go outside because it's really, really bright.
Oh my God,
today,
I feel like a vampire.
It's finally the day that we're gonna leave our Airbnb and do one of the most popular things to do here in El Salvador.
Yeah.
And that is to climb the Santa Ana Volcano, which, funny enough, has actually been staring at us in the face right over there this entire time.
We can see it right from the front of our Airbnb, and we have been so eager to hike it and actually go and take a look at it. So that's finally what we're going to be doing today.
Oh, Eve.
Oh, you have to stay here.
You have to stay here. There's no dogs allowed on the volcano.
They don't allow dogs on the volcano.
I know, she's like,
This dog.
She's like,
what about this one?
She's like, I've already climbed lots of volcanoes.
No.
Well, just that one time in Guatemala.
No, 2 times. She did.
Oh, and right.
Acatenango and what's the other one? Pacaya.
Pacaya. Oh, okay. Well,
Girly girl.
She's gonna have to hang around here for this one.
Come on, you. What are you doing?
Yeah, come on. Let's go.
Inside.
Let's go.
Inside. Okay, we have arrived to, what is the national park called?
Cerro Verde National Park.
That is the park that the Santa Ana Volcano is within. We found a random parking spot and a random trail, and the parking attendant said, go that way. So that's what we're doing. And hopefully...
we're at the Casa Cristal parking lot.
Yeah. Hopefully we will find a guide, I think, somewhere up here. You cannot hike Santa Ana Volcano on your own. You have to go guided, but from what we understand, they run guided tours frequently. I don't really know how frequently. It's kind of hard to find information on this online. So we're just winging it a lot today.
I think I see the park entrance.
Seriously?
Also, it's kind of cold here.
Yeah, it's so nice.
We're expecting like a really hot day.
Yeah.
If it wasn't evident enough from this morning, the sky is so blue, and it's gonna be a scorcher out there, I think. Muchas gracias. Wow, I don't know if you can see me with the sun, but I just bought tickets for the park, which is $3 a person. Really reasonable, actually.
Really reasonable.
And he said that you could either wait for a free guide that will take like a whole group of people up at 10 o'clock, which is in like about half an hour, or you can pay $3 a person to get a private guide. So I think we're gonna do that, and it seems a little easier, more chill. And I heard that if you go with the group, they can take a long time to do the hike. So if we're gonna go at our own pace, we might be probably a little bit faster. And
we don't have to, like, if we want to spend a little longer at the top to like check the drone up and stuff, we could do that, right? So,
yeah, I think so. So we're trying to look for a private guide first.
That guy scared me.
Okay,
let's do that.
Perfect.
That
okay, and your name?
Osvaldo.
Osvaldo?
Okay.
Miko, mucho gusto.
Mucho gusto. Mi nombre es Nicole. Thank you.
2 minutos para sunscreen. I don't know.
En español es...
¿En español?
Ajá. Es bloqueador solar.
Bloqueador de solar. Yeah, okay. Perfect. Okay, and just like that, we have a private guide.
Amazing.
It was really good.
Each.
And he's like bilingual, so
yeah.
Honestly, I was really not expecting to get like even an English speaking guide. I was just like, let's just go with any guide. Someone who could just take us up and find a way.
To use my sunscreen.
Oh yeah, the sunscreen is holding the thingy up. There you go. Okay. All right, I think we're ready.
Yeah, I feel good. I miss Evie though.
Yeah.
She would have loved this.
She really would have. All right, we'll enjoy it for her.
Yeah.
We can actually see her probably from the top.
Maybe. Maybe. Alright, so we learned that getting a private guide just means you can basically go at any time, because otherwise we would have had to wait a while to go with like the huge group. And so, but the private guide doesn't actually mean you're gonna be there by yourself. It just means like hire a guide and go right away. So it turns out there's like 4 of us in our private group. Yeah, which is fine because they charge like per person, so it makes a lot of sense that I was like, if you charge per person, I feel like you're gonna try and get as many people as possible.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Which they did, obviously. Yeah, but there's just 4 of us. So luckily we've been allowed to just kind of still walk at our own pace a little bit because we're not all the same pace, which is wonderful for us. Oh, so far, this hike is beautiful and wonderful, and I love that it doesn't feel too hot or muggy.
Yeah, it's not too muggy at all. Despite being, you know, I think of El Salvador as a Central American and tropical place. I was really expecting like humid weather.
Yeah.
But this is, I feel like we're hiking in Canada.
Well, not quite that dry.
Oh, it's pretty dry. It's pretty dry.
I think maybe we've just gotten used to Central American weather.
Maybe I wouldn't put on sunscreen like you did today. But this is, like, the temperature is nice and cool in the shade. And just, you know, slight sweat working up.
Yeah. Until we hit the sun, I think.
Something I found very interesting when we're doing our research is just how many locals actually hike this trail often, and it seems to be like a really popular destination for a lot of people here in El Salvador to get out into nature, enjoy. Obviously the lake is nearby, Lago Coatapeque.
Obviously.
So,
we haven't talked about that yet.
Oh yeah.
There's a beautiful lake nearby.
Maybe we put some video of it as the drive here. But yeah, I mean, that's a beautiful lake. So, you know, I think this makes sense to do a nice bit of a hard hike in the morning, and then later in the day, enjoy the lake. Don't want to spoil what we're gonna do today. Whoa, look at the tops of those mountains you can see from here.
That's for sure another volcano.
So?
Oh, 100%.
Looks like a...
Look at the way it's like got a crater at the top.
Yeah.
I've been in volcano-filled nations long enough to know that's a volcano. Oh, that is so beautiful. Wow. We're doing our best. We're like in a group at the moment. We're kind of trying to snake our way through it. It's a very busy trail.
I mean, there's not much to do besides walk, so you know, you kind of make a game out of it. I feel like we're going, you know, when you're like overtaking people on the highway, when you're like slowly making your way to the front of the pack.
Waiting for your moment.
It is a pretty narrow trail, so you definitely have to wait at some points.
The views, I think I didn't anticipate that the views coming up would actually be this good. I don't know why, but we're surrounded by other volcanoes and hills. It's so beautiful, and we have a crystal clear day, like crystal clear. So beautiful.
I think we're almost there.
Yeah, we must be getting close to, like, absolutely incredible. The view up here has definitely, like, coming up here.
Oh my gosh.
It's really surprising.
Hun, do you know what that is? I think that's the ocean.
Oh! No!
I think it's the Pacific Ocean.
Oh my gosh!
Like, it's hard to see, but like the horizon there, you can see the coast.
I thought you were pointing at the town.
No.
But oh my gosh!
I didn't realize you could see the ocean from here.
How did we miss that this whole time? I've been staring at this volcano. Oh my gosh.
So gorgeous.
That's incredible. Wow.
I cannot believe the Pacific Ocean is right there. We are so close. I don't think I've seen it in a long time. Guatemala, we were always inland, and Belize, we were on the Caribbean side. So it's nice to be reunited again with the Pacific Ocean. It's been since Mexico, I think it was the last time we saw it. Hiking up a volcano in El Salvador on a sunny day is a no-brainer. It's easy to say yes to an adventure when the weather is perfect, but what about when it's rainy? Oh, and mucky out. When we're traveling, we've got to roll with the punches if we don't want to miss out on cool experiences. And to do that, we use Vessi's 100% waterproof shoes. We've been traveling in our Vessis for well over a year, and we keep wearing them because we don't want to be slowed down by wet conditions, but also because they are super comfortable, good-looking shoes. If you're interested in getting some Vessi shoes for yourself, use our link down in the description. And as always, thank you to Vessi for sponsoring this video and keeping us outdoors no matter the weather. The wind has picked up.
Sure sign you reach the top? The wind speed like quadrupled. Wow.
What good mountain summit doesn't have an ice cream shop, right?
You want ice cream, my love? So I think these guys come up here every day to sell their ice cream. I mean, they probably make a killing. Whew.
But that means that the summit should be right there, the top.
Yeah, we have to be close.
Whoa! Wow! Oh my gosh, that looks ominous and scary.
It is so green. I thought it'd be bluer, to be honest, but
I thought it'd be bluer too. So at the top of Santa Ana Volcano, what's really unique about it is the crater. There's a lake at the bottom. It's a sulfur lake.
Yeah, you can't go in there.
And it's known for being really cool looking, the color. And I think it's very sulfuric. It smells kind of like raw eggs if it wasn't so windy.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't expect it to be that green. I didn't expect it to be this windy up here.
I know. We were gonna put the drone up, but I don't think you're getting drone shots of Santa Ana Volcano. Sorry, guys. Holy smokes.
This lake really reminds me of like a lake that you would, you know, like a villain would have to like throw all their enemies in this like boiling lava
like
acid lake or something like that. Oh yeah,
It's like where Hades puts all the bad people.
Yeah, just some sort of like a myth or something like that. Something supernatural has happened here, or a villain, or maybe it's a villain's lair. Like that would be the perfect place for it.
Can you just believe though that like this erupted like 20 years ago?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
That was terrifying.
Yeah.
Like super scary.
What if it just starts bubbling up in the middle all of a sudden?
You can't
and you feel the rumbling?
Don't put those kinds of things into the universe. So El Salvador is known to be the land of volcanoes, and I thought what was very cool is that this is the highest volcano in all of El Salvador.
Wow.
2,381 meters tall. So nice job climbing the tallest volcano in El Salvador, darling. You just did it.
I think it's the second highest point in
all of El Salvador. Yeah, I think you're right.
That was actually a pretty easy.
It's a good hike. It's only like 4 kilometers, and I bet you we only went up like 300 meters, maybe 400 at most.
Maybe like an hour and a half.
If it wasn't busy, I think you could easily do this hike in an hour. If you're moving, you know? But waiting for crowds and stuff, yeah, it took like an hour and a half.
I gotta say though, even though this is a really popular tourist attraction, there's not a lot of like guardrails.
No,
there's no like fencing or anything like that. If you slip right here, you are falling down into maybe not into the lake, but you are getting pretty close.
You actually might fall in the lake.
Yeah. So
we shouldn't look up if people have done that.
So if you're like doing selfies or you're like vlogging with your back to the lake or anything like that, watch out. It's not a good idea.
Most dangerous thing you could do. Oh, ominous. Dang, this is why they don't allow dogs. Because if they went for a joyride thinking that was a lake, we'd have a problem.
There's a dog here.
I know. Oh, he's so cute. But I think he's just a wild dog, not an Eevee dog, not a pet. This is so cool. So obviously if you're like standing right here, you can see down here the sulfur green lake, right? And then you look this way and you see, what's the name of this lake again?
Lago Coatapeque.
Coatapeque Lake, which is a big, beautiful, gorgeous lake. And then over here is the Pacific Ocean. I mean, you just can't get a bad view. Everywhere is amazing views.
I finally feel like I can get a gauge for how tall something is when they say, you know, it's 2,800 meters above sea level, because I can literally see the sea level.
Yeah, 2,300 from here.
When someone says that when we're hiking, like, oh yeah, it's, you know, 3,000 meters up, like, okay, I'll take your word for it. But right now, I could actually see the ocean. So I can see that we're this high up.
There are 125 volcanoes here in El Salvador, and this is the tallest one. So you really are at like one of the tallest parts of the whole country, so you can really see far. And it's a tiny country, so I feel like we can see so much of it from here.
made it off the volcano. And of course we couldn't resist heading down to the water and seeing it for ourselves. So we're now at the shore of Lago Coatapeque. And we found a place for lunch. Looks like a nice little restaurant. And we got ourselves some nice parking. And we got a whole bunch of people staring at me while I do this. So let's go inside. Ooh, this is nice. So pretty. Gracias. Look at this, baby.
We might have accidentally chosen the fanciest restaurant on the lake. I don't know.
I felt like that was almost like valet service.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, look, and they got cute dogs. With just one dog.
Gracias.
Well, we found a really nice spot.
I'm so glad to be here. We really wanted to come and check out the lake, but it was tricky to kind of fit into our schedule. So we thought at least we come have lunch, get right out on the water, and enjoy the lake like from the front of it. It looks so beautiful from here.
It's cool because this lake is like in a cauldron, like in a big crater.
Yep.
So all around us you could see the hills.
Yeah, because this is a volcanic crater. Like we are in a crater that has been filled with water.
Yeah, and it's super chill. Like the lake is, it's a little windy, so it's making the water a little choppy. But there's people out in boats and like sea-doos and stuff.
Yeah, you can like rent all kinds of stuff I think here to enjoy the lake.
Oh, we got music. Also, the music is so loud.
Yes.
Welcome to Central America.
Yeah.
We were up there, honey. All the way up there.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Still looks clear skies up there, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good day. So you can stay at this lake, and we looked into the option of actually coming here and like renting a place around it. There actually wasn't great availability. It was really expensive and really hard to get a place that would accept EV. So unfortunately it was not in the books for us, but I definitely see why people come here and stay for a few days.
Yeah.
I think you can just enjoy the water. I think you've got to get on it on like a boat or a sea-doo or something, a kayak, a paddleboard, anything like that.
I find it feels very local.
Yeah,
the feel like of the place, like there's only locals around us in this
I haven't
restaurant.
seen any other foreigners.
And I think Lago Coatapeque is a place where a lot of Salvadorians go for vacation.
Yeah.
Because it's just a bit,
Beautiful.
it's just a little bit different than the city, like out into nature, and the lake is so gorgeous. I can totally see why this place would be a favorite with the locals.
Yeah, I do wish we were able to stay for a few days, but not in the cards for us this time around. So I got the traditional bistec, which is like the traditional meat dish. The meat seems like really soft. And it's buried under a bunch of like tomatoes and onions. And then it was served with rice, tortilla, and a salad. It looks amazing. Look at that. It looks so good. It's almost like it's been stewed, but it's been stewed as like a big chunk. So it's like quite soft. Wow. Oh, but then the flavor of the tomatoes is like all in it as if it's been stewed all day. Wow. Yummy. Also, the rice in El Salvador is just like incredible. Like it's top notch. It's got to be like my favorite rice country so far. Look at this. Like it's just so yummy. It's never just plain white rice. It's always got flavor in it. Delicious.
Okay.
Gracias.
Oh. I couldn't resist getting something from the seafood menu because the moment I walked into the restaurant, the moment I walked in, I could just smell it. So I got they call it the pescado de oro, or the golden fish. And it's a fried fish with rice. I got like tortillas and a salad. The fish looks amazing. They had like an option of like small, medium, or large, and I went with the medium option for $15. I think I'm gonna really enjoy this. Oh my god. I'm really glad I got the bigger option. Oh, this is perfect meal. Perfect view, perfect company. I'm happy.
Although it would have been awesome to stay along Lake Coatapeque for a couple of days, we had to get home to Evie and felt pretty lucky to have had a beautiful day exploring the natural landscapes of El Salvador. Next week, we'll be back once again to share another part of this beautiful country with you. Thanks for watching.
Oh my gosh! Oh, that's a lot.
I think it's broken.
Yeah, it looks broken from here. Good thing it's not actually.
Oh my gosh. This thing is legit broken. Okay, well, we gotta take one of those.
Yeah, that was great.
Okay.